Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today we are back with some more SubMonth. And today we have TheForgottenChocolate, awesome name, and Rave Tanker. Chocolate here is in the AMX 5100, and Rave is in the IS3. They're not really gonna see each other this game, I think. I don't think at all, actually. I agree with Chocolate's choice here to go to the town. Is pretty much, if you want to excel with this tank, for the most part, play it as a medium tank. So, taking it to medium tank territories is a pretty good idea. You're sticking a bit in the back. There we go. I can make sentences while still reloading, and that's something you're gonna have to do in this tank. You need to make sure you always have an exit and always have a chance to reload, and reload safely. That's a big thing. And I've said it a million times, but reload management is everything on this kind of tank. If you have a, any autoloader, you'll have to do that, but on the ones where you have 20 or less seconds reload, yeah, you have to plan it somewhat, but not as much as the 50 plus seconds on this one. Did we get to see this T-44? No, we don't seem to have a line on him. Nope, that's a building. Too bad, so sad. Wait. Oh. Put a shot into his track wheel, keep him in place. By the time we have that third shot into him, he finally turns his turret around way too late, and he can't see us anyways, and he is gone. First clip, well spent. First shot, could have been better, but we've done 1300 damage already. And that is the power of this tank. This thing is just, when you can empty out a clip into someone, and it doesn't happen too often that you can do an entire clip, but when you can, I mean, for all intents and purposes, doing 1300 damage is not amazing or anything, but there's people that don't even make that in a tier 8, a game. So, doing that in one clip, within 3 minutes, well, within 3 minutes of the game starting, yeah, that's pretty good. I'd say that's a really nice start. Almost reloaded, so we're heading back to the frontier again. We do finally have some support here in the form of a, what was it, 30? Oh, darn it, we almost had a line on him. There's the 30, who is getting shot, so there's somebody downrange near the enemy spawn area. And he's turning around to face them. Put a shot into the lower plate of the yak caster there. No, come on. Can't quite get a line on him. Come on. There he is. Put one in. We get shot in return by a Ferdinand. Fixes the tracks and gets out. Oh, misses a shot at. Oh, why are you sticking around? I mean, the 30 doesn't have the big gun, obviously, but why are you sticking around? I'm gonna say that was a bad call. Lost a lot of health there, and yeah, the light tank would have gotten away otherwise, but was that worth well over 50% of your hit points? I don't know. I personally don't think so. The main thing, the main two things you need to do with this tank is, and some of them are connected, I guess it's multiple, but don't be a frontline tank with this thing. It's a support tank, which ties into the don't get shot, don't ever get shot. And there's that 30. So yeah, the 30 is pretty much stock and getting worked over by the T-71. And I think somebody else is shooting at him as well. We do have a line on T-34 here, but we're not quite loaded yet. We still have about 15 seconds to go, give or take. Getting there. Come on. And this is excruciatingly painful sometimes, where there's a tank like a top tier heavy or 2 tiers higher, you have his ass or his weak spot, perfect shot, and you're not loaded. And it happens so often in this tank, it can be so frustrating. You just have the perfect shot to finish off 4 people in a row, but you're reloading. Oh man, but still, I love this tank. I really do. By the way, I haven't mentioned, he's in the AMX 5100. In case that wasn't clear yet, I actually didn't mention that. Yeah, I love this tank. I do have the 5120 researched, but I don't really I don't know. I don't really feel like I have to upgrade. This tank is doing fine. I'm having a lot of fun on it. I'm doing really well on it. I don't really see a reason to go further down this line. The rest further down get some better soft stats, but really, it's not entirely, but it's pretty much the same gun. The same damage output per clip. I think this one does more damage per clip, or has more DPM than the tier 10, but not 100% sure on that. At least that's how it was, I think. So, for me, this seems to be, I don't see a reason to go down this line any further than this tank. This tank is a blast. It has a good gun that, penetrates most of the things you're shooting at, doesn't really have too much trouble penning. And there were some tanks coming down that way, and he's just waiting to see if any of them peek out. Spending a bit of time there. But yeah, it looked like they were moving around to flank. But with this amount of health left, you have to be careful. This thing cannot take a lot of shots and bounce even less, because your bounce rate is pretty much none. It just doesn't happen. Almost never. The turret, the mantlet plus angles, just very sometimes will bounce something, but not much. Got a Panther over here. Come on. And, oh, come on. Shot goes low, doesn't hit him. Next one goes into his turret. Put 2 in, he's still sitting there. 3 in before he actually starts pulling back. And, I have no idea what that hit. Darn it. And he's so close to dying. Oh, this would be perfect. Can we get that Hellcat? Oh my god, is he coming this way? Yes! Very nice. We have 1 shell left. Well, we used it wisely. Okay, that worked. Oh, and there's that pesky Panther again. Dang it. We don't have shells. See what I mean? He's a one-shot for us, but we don't have any shells loaded. Come on. One thing I wish they would implement is, if you only have 2 shells left of, like, let's say 2 AP shells left, and you load your clip, it should only take, divide your max amount of shells by the amount that you're actually loading, divide the loading time by that. Because, seriously, it doesn't take the same amount of time to load 2 shells as it does to load 10 shells. Oh, we do take a shot, but it's only a Panther. High penetration gun, but not a lot of alpha. 1 person in cap. Not sure who that is. Probably the Lobo we saw earlier. T71 making his way to the cap. Hopefully getting the spot. We're gonna have to be careful because we are definitely a one-shot for pretty much anything now. Maybe the Tiger, if he rolls low, we won't, but other than that, we're pretty much a one-shot. And we finish off the Lobo. We have back into the Tiger. Nope, can't quite make it. T71 getting shots. We have 3 shells left. He's at 500 health. We need to put in 2. And there's 1. And there's 2 for the final kill in the game. Let's take a look at the stats. And here we are with the stats. There were a couple of points where I was like, I personally wouldn't do that, but, it is your own playstyle, your own choice, but personally, I don't want to stick around with this tank if I know there's a TD sitting in a bush somewhere sniping my face. I'd rather just GTFO, get a new vantage point, and start shooting from there. I really use this thing. Kind of think of it as a flanking light tank. That's kind of how I play this thing. Avoid getting shot at all times. Support your team, so when people are engaging your teammates, you pop up behind them or in their side and start unloading. You need to have tanks that are distracted. That's when this tank shines. Now, don't get me wrong, this was a very good game, but going out in the open again after you get shot by a 30? I mean, yeah, it wasn't the final gun, that much was pretty obvious from the first shot, but I wouldn't stick around getting shot at if you can help it. I would have let the light tank go and just make sure you're not getting shot, set it behind the building, then try to, shoot down the light tank if you can. Otherwise, just leave him, find out who's out in the field, kill that person first, then go after the light tank. You did get the kill, but at the cost of a lot of HP. I think because you stuck around there, you got shot 3 times 200 damage. So about 600 health you lost right there. Yeah, that's pretty much the only really thing I have to say about the replay. Other than that, it was perfect. Well, perfect, but pretty good. Let's take a look here. Ace Tanker, Fire for Effect, Duelist, Bruiser, Radley Walters, High Caliber, and of course the Top Gun. Damaged a buttload of people. Let's take a look at the team score here. And unsurprisingly, walked away with top experience by quite a bit. Almost 500 more experience than the next person. And yeah, you can pretty much add the first 3 people of the enemy team together and you get, damage wise, I think he kind of carried that one slightly. Killed 8 people, getting close to 5,000 damage done, not quite, but fired 25, hit 21, 20 penetrated. Yeah, the penetration is pretty good. I really do like the gun, but that aim time is murderous though. It's a 3-second aim time, so that's very painful, but it's manageable. 4,798 damage done. 89, excuse me. Hits received 7, 6 of them penetrated, 1 did not. Actually bounced a shot. Well, there you have it. Proof, this tank can bounce. I have no idea what shot we bounced, but apparently it can. Possibly T61? Type 61, excuse me. I'm not sure. I don't know. Type 61, Type 62. Yeah, I think it was Type 62. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. 180 damage. Yeah, it's quite possible. Spotted 1, damaged 9, destroyed 8. We got a whopping 30 damage by spotting. Woohoo! We got 3 base defense points. Woohoo! And we walked away with 29k profit, which isn't a whole lot, but it is a tier 8, and we did fire a lot of shots, and 5 shots did not do damage, so the shells are not that expensive on this tank, but they're not cheap either, and repairing this thing is pretty expensive as well. We still had about a third of our health left, but still it's almost 10k repair cost. But yeah, those shells, actually the shells are more expensive than I thought they were. They're 1,000 a piece. Dang it. Wow. Okay. And of course the consumable. Anyways, I am ranting. This was a triple experience event. So Chocolate here walked away with 6,447 experience. Very, very nice. And congratulations on your Ace Tanker, and thank you for submitting it. It was definitely a joy to watch, and very well played. What did your teammates, Platoonmate, do? Didn't have that great of a game by the looks of it. Ooh, he got pretty much murdered. Sorry. We didn't look at that. Okay, we didn't see that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.